You're now watching a clip from the Inspired by show. You can watch the full episode on our YouTube channel or listen on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. So make sure to head over there, leave us a 5-star rating if you enjoyed it, and follow the show. So do you believe that we can only achieve success or results from a place of struggle?
No, I don't believe that. I believe we'll always move away from pain faster than we'll move towards pleasure. I think everybody agrees with that. Like, if there's a hot pan and you touch it, you're going to move away quick. That idea. Now, you can be I think you need to be in your best self to really achieve the best outcomes there, but it all comes back to your beliefs. It doesn't matter if you're struggling or if you're thriving. Whatever your beliefs are in that moment, that what you need to do next, that's what's going to change everything. We are a product of our beliefs. Now, I think when you say beliefs, people think religion and things like that. Yeah, that is an area, but everything in your life is a belief. Absolutely everything. And whenever I'm feeling myself like maybe settling, so to speak, I always challenge myself, like, what do I currently believe to be true that might not be? Wow. And that question, it really does get the cogs ticking. You can ask that in any area of your life. And most of the time, if you look to a mentor or someone who's doing a lot more than you that you look up to, they believe something completely different to you about a certain thing. That doesn't mean they're right or wrong, but their beliefs have gotten to there. So it might be worth having a sort of considering what they're saying.
Interesting. What a powerful question. And it's interesting because I'm a massive believer of the woo and the do. So woo being spiritual, what I would call fluffy stuff years ago. Now freaking love the woo. And the do being the logical stuff, which obviously trading comes into. Who introduced you to the woo? Was it always a part of you? Or because so far what we've spoken about, it's all been a lot of the do. Yeah. So tell me about the woo.
That's interesting, actually. I've always been super logical growing up. Super logical. Didn't want to know anything about the woo, so to speak. I actually started learning about it when I got into property. So shortly after I gave up trading full time, I was like, oh, what else do I get into? Well, obviously the next thing's property, stocks and property. What else is there? But I got into a property network and I had a mentor there and he opened my eyes to this sort of thing. And I had literally had no idea about it. Even like the law of attraction, even these simple concepts, and just blew my mind. Now, it is dangerous as an industry, I would say, and I do want to highlight that I think it's commercialized a lot in that it makes it very easy to assume that you can just do that stuff without the other stuff. So, law of attraction, people usually think, oh, I'll just cross my fingers, say whatever into the mirror every morning, it's going to happen. Well, half of law of attraction is action. Like, people miss that bit. So you do need both sides. But yeah, getting that sort of mentor, someone I looked up to, like, you're achieving great things here, something I would love to do, and you believe in this stuff. Maybe I should, give it a go or open my mind to it a little bit. And yeah, as soon as I did, things started to happen.
So powerful, right? It's funny because that's a lot of what happened in my background. Was I was so very logical, do, fight, action. And then it was actually my beliefs and the woo that broke me and actually made me so depressed that I was so unwell. And I uncovered the beliefs that I had within me were holding me back and actually creating challenge, because I felt like challenge and struggle created success. So it's really interesting that you mentioned that. I totally agree. You need to have an equal balance of woo and do. You can't just sit there, cross your fingers, hum and go, I'm going to be a millionaire. It won't come, right? You've got to go, I'm going to be a millionaire. What am I going to do differently? And then take the action. Who do I need to be to achieve this? So you talked about mentors there. And obviously we're a massive believer in mentors. We're both mentored by similar people. Who has inspired you on your journey that's got you here today?
There's been a lot, I will say. And I'm very good at finding one person, just clinging to their methodology for a long time, getting everything I can from it, and then jumping to the next one in the best way possible, not in the look at shiny object syndrome. Just that I think it's very easy to pick little bits from everyone and just be like, oh, amazing, I'm doing the Gary Vee stuff, I'm doing this over here, and you get it all. But if you actually delve a little bit deeper into one person, what they're saying, there's so much gold. What everybody says, everything works. Let's be honest, in business, every strategy works, every marketing plan works, but you've got to implement it right. You've got to dive deeper into it to actually be able to make it work. And like you said earlier about the shiny object syndrome, people looking for get rich quick schemes, same thing. Every stock market obviously works, but if you just throw your money to 20 different things and just hope for the best, that's not going to work. Same thing for me. So with mentors, I've definitely flipped between super logical and super woo. So I'd say when I was starting out, like Grant Cardone, for example, was a big one for me. Very logical, very do. I enjoyed that sort of drive. Now, think what you will about him, but you can't sort of dismiss his work ethic, and that really inspired me because I've not seen anyone like that before. But obviously, I've got more like, if you want to call them woo ones now. So I know obviously Ryan Pinnock is one we're both familiar with. Like I've learned so much from him on the woo side that just blows my mind. If I think of Ben 5 years ago, you'd have completely dismissed this. But it's really important, I think, to have mentors in both sides, because when you said earlier about, cross your fingers and hope, you've got to take the action. True. But the others are also true too. Like if you just take action, and you don't have the presence of mind to sit back and be like, all right, am I actually moving in the right place here? Like what? And you take that, something is going to come up and really knock you down a peg. And I think anyone who's ever had a setback in their life, like a big setback, would probably appreciate that. You got your blinkers on. You're not going to see what's coming.